This episode brought to you by Extreme Meta and by subscribers like you. Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of This Old 40K. Today we are doing something a little bit quirky, a little bit different. If you have been paying attention to the Warhammer community website, then you might be familiar with their news article, Meta Watch. And in that article, they created sort of a baseball card, professional gamer, sort of stat line card, something that you might see with a professional athlete or with an esports athlete. Here's a picture of it here. It is featuring Nick. So I decided it would be fun to take this and make a CGN version so that we all can make our own professional gamer style cards. So let's go ahead to the computer and work on some Photoshop. I'm going to be having a free digital download for the blank version so that you can mark it up and change it and put your face on it if you want to make your own pro gamer card. Also, thank you so much for liking and subscribing. If you are not subscribed, you should go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because when we reach 8,000 subscribers, we're going to be giving away the Indominus box set and the Necron Codex and the Space Marine Codex. So please subscribe, not just because we do funny, quirky videos where we make gamer cards that nobody needed but Games Workshop came out with anyways, but also because you can win free stuff. So let's get to the project right now. So I'm not entirely sure if everybody wants a full Photoshop tutorial on everything that I am about to do. If you do want a full Photoshop tutorial, I am happy to post it. I will record over the full hour and a half that it took me to modify this card into something that we can customize ourselves, but I'm just going to hit a few of the highlights right now. So first of all, what I had to do is obviously I have to take his picture out of it. I need to match the background. I also need to remove the Warhammer 40K logo, and I need to change some of the font so that it is manipulatable so that you can write your own things. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and start doing right now. So right here I use the clone tool just to match the background and replace what they have. I use the clone tool a lot. Here I am making the customizable stat lines. These will be layers that you can change on your own later. You will need a little bit of Photoshop knowledge, but they shouldn't be too hard to fill in order to represent how high your skill or how low your skill is. So something to note is that there is no hobby score associated with the card that is on Warhammer Community. I did not add a hobby score on this card either, but you know what? I'm going to. So there's probably going to be another download in the future where it also includes both painting, hobby, and sportsmanship as important attributes for your pro gamer card. So the most difficult part of this was removing Nick from the image and then rebuilding the background. And after trying a bunch of different things, I decided to just cut the entire section out. And then I found a stock image that was sort of similar to the background, and I matched it up in a nice-ish kind of way. But once you put your picture on top of it, it should look amazing. So now it's time for my favorite part, and that is customizing the card for our friends. Of course, I'm going to be doing one for each of the CGN members, but I'm going to start with Josh, and I love taking this photo of him in the tuxedo and putting it wherever I can. I'm sure he loves it too. So the first thing, of course, is I need to import his photo and then cut him out of it, which is always a pain in the booty. I just did a sort of quick and dirty way of doing that. There's much better ways to do it. Once I did that, it was very easy for me to just change the name and change all the different stat lines because I created this document. So once again, you can just type in wherever you want, right where you need to type it. The trickier part is entering in what your skill level is. So for that, you're going to have to select the layer and then manually paint in with whatever color you want, how high and how full that bar should be. So I gave him pretty high at list building because he is pretty actually good at it. He's kind of bad at deployment, but it doesn't really matter because his tactics are off the chart. And there you go. We have the Joshua CGN Pro Gamer card. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna go ahead and make another one for Sean and Big Aaron and of course myself, and you can make one for yourself as well. Lastly, I organized the Photoshop files into 2 separate folders. One that says changes, you can open that up to change everything. It has all the different layers that you can manipulate and should manipulate, the text layers and the bars that represent your skill level. And then there is another folder that says do not touch, that is the background, and everything else that is static. Of course, I left all the different layers there for you, so if you want to change the color, if you want to change the background, or if you want to take this even further, you still have access to all of the different layers. I did do a fairly decent job of naming them. You can check the spelling for yourself, but it is broken down into 2 very simple categories: the folder to touch and the folder not to touch. Well, if you made it to the end of the video and you watched the whole thing, thank you so much. You're fantastic and you really help grow our channel just by doing that. But if you made it to the end of the video and you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, please. It helps the channel. Not only will it enter you to win the Indominus box set with the Necron book and the Space Marine book, but it's also just a fun, helpful thing to do for us. So thank you. And if you want to take your patronage to the next level, check out our Patreon in the link below. And as always, we'll see you on the table.